Hey guys, Becky here, FiveTwoBaker, welcome back. This week we are working on 3 little filler flowers. We're going to do some lavenders, some easy lilac, and some forget-me-nots. I don't love making filler flowers because they are so many little flowers that I feel like it's very time consuming, but I love them in arrangements, and these filler flowers actually started off with all the same paste and then dusted them back to back, so it wasn't that bad. I got a lot of flowers in a very short amount of time, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's get started. Alright, so working in the order that we'll be coloring, I'm going to start with some forget-me-nots. Grab a small piece of gum paste and roll it into a teardrop shape. Pop a little hole on the fatter end of your teardrop shape, and using some small embroidery scissors, go ahead and cut out 5 little petals. Then you open that flower up so the petals don't stick to each other, and you pull out a little wire. I'll be using a 30 gauge floral wire. I just pop a little hook onto it, dip the hook in some edible glue, and then thread it through the center of my flower so that the hook catches right where the center of the petals meet. And then I secure it at the base, pinching off any excess flower paste that I don't need. Once I'm happy with that, each petal I'm going to squeeze to give it a point so it's no longer square. And then using my Dresden tool, I'm going to press the back of the petal against my finger and press the Dresden tool against it to give it a nice little round cup shape. Next, I'll use a tiny piece of yellow gum paste. The smallest amount will do, and making sure that the center of my flower has just a little bit of edible glue, I pop it onto another fondant tool that has somewhat of a star shape, and I poke it through right onto the center. Arrange my petals and then prop it up somewhere to finish drying. Next, we'll be making our lilacs. So same thing, we're gonna start off with a teardrop shape of gum paste. We pop a little hole into the larger end of our teardrop, but this time we're only going to cut out 4 petals. I pinch each petal again so that I don't have these square ends. And then again with a 30 gauge floral wire, I give it a hook, add some edible glue to the end of that hook, and thread it through my flower. Then I go ahead and secure it onto the wire, pinching off any excess that I don't need. Then once again, pressing the back of each petal against my finger, I use a Dresden tool to press it down and create more of a thin cupped petal, arrange them, and set them off to dry. Finally, for our lavender flower, this is the only flower that I'll use a cutter for. I'm going to roll out my flower paste, and I want to leave it pretty thick so that each petal is pretty chunky. And then using this tiny little daisy cutter, it's itty bitty and it comes in most beginner flower fondant sets. I pop out as many as I need. And once I have all my petals, I'm going to cut each flower in half so that each side has 4 little petals to it. Once I have all of my petals cut in half, I'm going to add a little bit of edible glue to the base of each of them. And then the size wire that I'll be using for this flower is a 20 gauge floral wire. I just go ahead and wrap each of these little flower halves around the 20 gauge wire, arranging it and securing it by pressing and pinching it to the wire. For the lavender, I like to group these all down the wire in bunches. So I might have just one single row, or I'll have rows of 2s and 3s, and I like to just vary it up. You can bunch them as much or as little as you'd like, and you can have it go all the way down the wire or just at the very tip of it, however it is that feels right to you. Now for the coloring, I'm going to start off with my forget-me-nots, and I'll be using a dark blue that I dilute a little bit with some white cornstarch. I don't just start off with the blue paste because I like the color variation that I get from the color dusting, but if you wanted to use blue paste, then you don't need to color at the end if you don't want to. I just go ahead and take the blue color and I dust it all on the inside, trying to stay away from the yellow and leaving a little bit of white on the edges just so that each petal is a little bit more noticeable. And then I go ahead and do the same thing on the back and take the blue color all the way down the stem. The fun part about color dusting is you get to have different shades and add all of that variation with the color. So don't feel like it has to be perfect. You just go ahead and add the color and it all looks good in the end. The next flower is our lilac. So whatever blue I have on my mat, I leave it. It doesn't matter. I just go ahead and add some purple color dust on top of that. The blues and the purples look nice together, and they're very similar, so it's okay if it's all blended. It just gives you different shades, and I go ahead and dust the entire flower, top and bottom. Again, the color variation is fun, it's interesting to look at, so don't feel caught up in having to get them all exactly the same color and each petal the exact same shade. Just have fun with it. Our last flower is the lavender, and I'll be using the dark blue, the purple, and also a bit of fuchsia with this. So I start off with a lot of purple and I color most of my lavender this color purple, and then I go ahead and I add in some shades of blue and some of the lavender petals. I try to give pops of that fuchsia pink too, again just to make everything a little more interesting and not have it be all one solid color, having it look bland. I want the variation and I want the eye to be drawn to different parts of the flower. Now to assemble the forget-me-nots, I like to put them on a longer branch, so I'll be using a 20 gauge floral wire as my carrier wire. And one by one, I attach the forget-me-nots in little bunches. So I might have a bunch of 2 or 3, then I space it out a bit more, add another 3 or 4, space it out a bit more, and continue on. This, of course, is going to be based on how tall you need your forget-me-not to be, how far out you want it to extend from the cake or from your arrangement. So feel free to do what works for you here. For the lilacs, I'll also be using a 20 gauge carrier wire, and these I like to arrange in a bit of a cone shape. So I start with one flower at the very top, and then I go around arranging the rest of the flowers in a bit of a dome shape, but making it almost like an oval more than a circle. These flowers are also very bunched up together, so don't be afraid to get them all in there and really close. The lavenders are already arranged, they're fine just the way they are, but I do like to add greenery to each of my flowers, so I'm just grabbing some generic long leaves that I have and adding them to the bottom because greenery just always makes everything look so much prettier. The only thing left now is to go ahead and pop them on your cake or in your arrangement and admire how pretty they are. Here they go again. As always, if you found this tutorial helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. I would super appreciate that. And if you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down in the comments below and I'll make sure to get back to you guys. If not, I will see you for the next tutorial.